back to the channel. My name's Vicky and it is World Giraffe Day tomorrow, the 21st of June. So I'm going to tell you quite a few different facts. A few of you have been messaging and sending your questions through on Instagram and on TikTok, and I decided that here, right next to the sea, would be the perfect place to tell you a few giraffe facts. So let's get started. There are, from the ICUN, there are 9 different subspecies of giraffe, all living out in Africa, all in different areas then, so they don't tend to meet each other out in the wild. Now what happened in zoos quite a few years ago was they didn't know this. So they just bred giraffes as giraffes and they ended up mixing them all up into zoos. So what's happened now, since they've realised that there's 9 different subspecies, they have now only breeding the purebred giraffes. So purebred giraffes with purebred giraffes, and the mixed giraffes, so the hybrids, are no longer breeding. So that's why you'll find quite a few non-breeding groups in the UK still, and in Europe. So this isn't so unusual as out in the wild having breeding groups and bachelor groups. So what would happen out in the wild is a new calf would be born, so it was male. The giraffe would grow up with mum, and then when it feels ready, it goes off looking for this bachelor group. So this is a group of young males, and they learn how to be giraffes with each other. And then when they feel completely happy and that they've learned everything they need to learn and they're ready to go and find the females, they go off on their own and they find the breeding group. So the breeding group consists of one male and then lots of females. And then if they feel that, yeah, I think I can take on the male, they're going to have a fight between the two males. So they're going to stand next door to each other and they're going to swing their head at each other to have the most impact, and whoever wins this fight wins the females then, and whoever loses has to leave. So if it is a young giraffe that is lost the fight, then he'll go back to the bachelor group again and learn some extra tips on how to be the best giraffe. And if it's an older male, he already knows everything, so what he's going to do is probably wander around on his own looking for more females to try his luck with later on. So that's a little bit about the different groups of giraffes out in the wild. What is a group of giraffe called? They're actually called a tower. Interesting with youngsters of giraffes. So a giraffe is born and it drops about 6 foot onto the floor, head first onto the floor. Within half an hour it can stand up at 6 foot tall, and within that day it can then run 25 miles an hour, which is incredible speed for the first day. So let's tell you some giraffe facts. We'll start at the head and work all the way down to the feet. So giraffes have got really, really good eyesight. So you can see those nice big eyes on them, so they can see for miles. And they've got some really, really long eyelashes. So that's to keep all of the dust out of their eyes. They also have this super long tongue. So it's about 45 centimetres in total. And the last 6 inches is blacky blue in colour, and that's to prevent it getting sunburned then. So they will be eating it for about 20 hours a day, and out in the wild normally the acacia tree, which has got huge thorns on it, and these guys can handle it really, really well using their tough tongue then. In zoos what they tend to do is they'd eat willow, hawthorn, blackthorn, ash. My giraffes used to be a little bit particular with the ash, so they'd eat it when the leaves first came on the trees, but then they'd go off it when it came towards summer then. What else have they got on their faces? Oh, they've got the ossicones on top of their heads. So they've got 5 ossicones in total. So this is bone covered over with skin. You'll find on females you have the little tufts of hair on top of those ossicones. And the reason why females have got the tufts of hair and males don't is because males will then use their head for fighting. So they'll swing their head at the chest area of the other animal, and what it will do is it will actually wear those hairs around, so it will make it a little bit bald on top of the ossicones there. So that also protects the skull. The giraffe skull is about 5 stone, so it's an incredible amount, so you do not want to be head-butted by a giraffe. It hurts, believe me, it does hurt. Okay, let's move a little bit further down. So a giraffe's neck is super long, but they have exactly the same number of bones in their neck as we do, which is 7. So it's exactly the same as a field mouse as well, so it's only 7 bones for the neck. And then we move down to their stomach. So they have 4 compartments to their stomach, which makes them a ruminant. So it's exactly the same as a cow. So what they'd do is they'd eat their food, they would then regurgitate it, so bring it back up again, re-chew it and send it back down, just to get all of the goodness out of it. And then we move down to their long, powerful legs. So a giraffe can put about tons worth of force into each kick, which is incredible. So their main predators out in the wild is the African lion. So what lions would do is they'd hunt the giraffes as part of a pride, so it would be usually the females that would come after the giraffes, and they would try and attack it, and that would be their main source of prey then, as the giraffe. Hyenas might try and attack a young calf, but they're the 2 main predators of giraffes. Now, how do you transport a giraffe from zoo to zoo? So animals do have to move for different breeding programs, to move the youngsters away from their parents, so that they don't breed with them, to start up a new bloodline. So how do we move these giraffes? So there are actually special giraffe companies. So we used to use one from Holland. They used to come over with their big giraffe trailer. We used to be able to do lots and lots of training to be able to get the giraffe to walk into a crush area or a tunneled area, so it felt like it was a trailer, so they were used to it when the trailer came. Sometimes it'd be really, really quick to get them into the trailer, and other times it would take much, much longer. So basically the giraffe walks into this trailer, they shut the doors behind, and then the roof lowers down, and that actually pressurizes the giraffe to sit down, which is much, much safer to transport the giraffe. And then off it will go to its new location. I hope you guys have enjoyed learning a little bit more about giraffes, and if you're able to contribute to the Giraffe Conservation Foundation, I will put their link just below in the description there for you. They do absolutely amazing work out in the wild with giraffes. They also try and come to some of the giraffe conferences in the UK as well, and let us know exactly what's happening out in the wild. So thank you to Julian and his team, who do absolutely amazing work for the giraffes out in the wild. If you've liked this video, then give it that nice big thumbs up and subscribe just below. And I look forward to seeing you in another video soon. Bye!